American Idol Thunderstorm Artis reflects on The Voice by Haley Dent. May 1st, 2025. American Idol News, Reality TV, The Voice. Thunderstorm Artis YouTube. American Idol contestant Thunderstorm Artis has reflected on his time on The Voice. He placed third when he competed on The Voice in 2020. However, he decided to audition for American Idol. However, he is reflecting on his time on the other singing competition show and letting fans know how that helped him to be successful on American Idol. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. American Idol narrows down top 10. American Idol is narrowing down the number of contestants. Now it is down to the top 10. Thunderstorm Artis is still in the competition and fighting for the title. However, a lot of the other contestants want it just as badly as he does. There's a lot to come in the competition. The winner will be revealed on May 18th. However, Thunderstorm has had experience on a singing competition show before. He has been on The Voice. He competed in 2020. However, he ended up placing third. Now he is trying to make his career big on American Idol. This is the second chance he never thought he would get. Thunderstorm Artis reflects on The Voice. Thunderstorm Artis has revealed how The Voice helped him on American Idol. Originally, man, I was terrified about doing a second show. I felt like I was in a very different season. I have 2 kids now, I have a wonderful wife, and I am in a different season of life. So I wanted to come on here and really showcase my artistry in a way that I didn't get to do on the last show with some original music. I really wanted to see if I had what it took. Life is all about taking chances, and so I wanted to take a chance on myself with this show. It's no shade on The Voice. It was an amazing experience. And he's still friends with Coach John Legend. It really helped shape me in my younger years. Now 5 years later, I just feel like I'm a different man and a different artist. And I'm looking forward to saying, "Hey America, do you remember me?" And just showing them who I am. When Thunderstorm Artis stepped onto the stage during season 18 of The Voice, his voice carried more than melody, it carried history, emotion, and a sense of belonging. Fast forward a few years, and the soulful singer-songwriter has found himself in the orbit of another powerhouse show, American Idol. In a candid reflection, Artis opens up about his journey through The Voice, how it shaped him, and why embracing vulnerability on national television became one of the most transformative experiences of his life. The voice that broke through. Thunderstorm Artis isn't just a unique name, it's a unique presence. Born into a family of musicians in Hawaii, Thunderstorm was practically raised with a guitar in hand. He is the 5th of 11 children, all of whom grew up immersed in music. His father, Ron Artis Sr., was a Motown session musician, and his brother, Ron Artis II, is a well-known blues and soul artist. But it was Thunderstorm's smooth yet powerful voice that made millions pause and listen. His blind audition on The Voice in 2020 was a moment etched into reality show history. Performing the Beatles' Blackbird, his rendition was hauntingly delicate, drawing a 4-chair turn from the judges Kelly Clarkson, Nick Jonas, Blake Shelton, and John Legend. Ultimately, he chose to join Team Nick, and from that point on, his trajectory was one of quiet intensity and artistic evolution. "I didn't go on The Voice thinking I was going to win," Thunderstorm recalls in a recent interview. "I went on because I needed a platform. I had stories to tell. I needed people to hear what I was feeling. That show gave me that." Between 2 shows, one artist, while The Voice launched Thunderstorm into the national consciousness, it also became a crucible for self-discovery. He made it all the way to the finale, placing as a runner-up. But in his eyes, that moment was never about the competition. "There was this moment after one of the live shows," he says, "where I looked around and realized that no matter what happened, I had already won. I had been seen. I had been heard. And people felt something because of me." Thunderstorm took that momentum and poured it into his music. His post-Voice releases, including his debut album The Healing, featured songs that married raw storytelling with soulful instrumentation. Critics praised him for his authenticity, a word often overused in the music industry, but deeply applicable in his case. So why, years later, would someone who already had national acclaim return to the competitive music TV format, this time with American Idol? "That's the question everyone asked," he says with a laugh, "and the answer is simple. Growth isn't linear. Rewriting the narrative." When Thunderstorm appeared on American Idol, many fans did a double take. After all, it's not every day that a finalist from one singing competition crosses over to another. Yet, rather than looking backward, he saw it as an opportunity to reintroduce himself, not just to the world, but to himself. I think I carried a lot of pressure after The Voice, he admits. People expected me to know exactly who I was, how I should sound, what kind of music I should make. But the truth is, I was still discovering all of that. Coming on American Idol wasn't about winning. It was about showing up fully as me. On Idol, Thunderstorm brought the same grace and emotional depth that fans had come to know him for. But there was also a new maturity, a new boldness in his performance and presentation. Whether covering folk classics or debuting original material, his artistry felt less polished and more powerful, like a stone no longer trying to be smooth, but proud of its jagged edges. Idol allowed me to bring the full spectrum of who I am. I sang barefoot. I cried on stage. I laughed with the judges. I stopped worrying about being TV perfect and just focused on being present. Music as a mirror. For Thunderstorm, every stage, whether it's The Voice, American Idol, or a small coffeehouse in Oregon, is a chance to reflect the world back through his songs. His lyrics often touch on themes of healing, faith, racial identity, love, and perseverance. In a time when the world feels more divided than ever, his music acts as a gentle hand outstretched in understanding. I don't think of music as performance, he explains. I think of it as conversation. I'm not trying to impress people. I'm trying to connect with them. That sentiment was especially clear during his performance of the original song Stronger on Idol. Inspired by a period of personal loss and spiritual reckoning, the song became a turning point in his journey on the show. It wasn't just a performance, it was a declaration. I had just come out of one of the hardest seasons of my life, he says. And standing on that stage, singing those lyrics, I felt like I was healing in real time. Redefining success, now with 2 high-profile shows under his belt and a steadily growing fan base, Thunderstorm Artis remains refreshingly grounded. He plays intimate shows, engages deeply with fans on social media, and continues writing music that is more about truth than trend. He doesn't see his journey through The Voice and American Idol as 2 competing chapters, but as one continuous story. Both shows gave me something different, he reflects. The Voice gave me visibility. Idol gave me freedom. And both reminded me that success isn't about where you place, it's about what you place into the world. Looking ahead, as for what's next, Thunderstorm is focused on touring, collaborating with other independent artists, and working on his next album, a project he describes as the most vulnerable thing I've ever written. It's going to sound different, he warns. It might not be what people expect, but that's the beauty of growth. I'm not trying to be the same Thunderstorm from 2020. I'm trying to be the most honest version of myself today. His journey from The Voice to American Idol and beyond is not just a story of musical competition, it's a story of resilience, reinvention, and relentless hope. In an industry obsessed with instant stardom, Thunderstorm Artis is a quiet force reminding us that the real magic happens in the journey, not just the destination.